Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Earth Mama, and this is from writer-director Savannah Leaf, who brings to the forefront the story of Gia, and this is a coming-of-age story of a pregnant single mother who embraces her Bay Area community as she determines the fate of her family. She deals with drug issues, her kids are taken from her, and she's trying to process this experience being pregnant and trying to decide, is she going to put this baby up for adoption? Is she going to keep the baby? And all these kinds of things while she's struggling with her own addictions and also dealing with her community and the different kinds of perspectives and judgments that are laid upon her in this film. And I think Leaf tells such a compelling story here, and it's deeply emotional. It is raw. There's no like sheen of this is a movie. We need to throw in that melodrama to make like, ooh, it feels like we have these big conflicts. It doesn't need that because this is such a poignant story and such a struggle, and where it connects deeply into a lot of themes about the black community in our country, and in terms of this continued system of young black women getting pregnant and having babies when they can't afford them, or they're in positions where they're in these impoverished situations and there's not much there to help them elevate up out of it. And this film deals with those themes and ideas in a very, very intimate kind of way, in terms of we feel it. We feel Gia's experience and we see it in action. We see the struggle. We see her struggling with different people in her community who feel like they know better than her. And she's the one who's carrying this child. She's the one who's the mother of this child. And what really makes this film work so impactfully is Tia Nomori's very understated but powerful performance. You don't see, it's like, there's no Al Pacinoing out here, like big scene chewing kind of performances. She is not a woman of a big personality. She is more quiet. She is more introspective. And Nomori's performance really embodies that. And when she has to stand up for herself, when she has those moments where she has to confront people, they feel so much more powerful, and we can feel for her and root for her to be able to step up and reach those moments where she needs to advocate for herself or stand up to people's judgment. And overall, too, this film is absolutely gorgeous. It's from A24. Jodie Lee Leaps, who is the cinematographer, really delivers something that feels like this film's come out from the 90s. I don't know if this is shot on film, but it has that kind of feel to it, that rawness, that kind of experience. And there's so many inspired uses of the camera and how they frame shots and how they move. There's a really interesting scene at, like, they're doing like drag race and donuts and stuff like that in the streets, and it's not even the quote-unquote action, that kind of stuff. It's how the camera navigates with Gia and the other people here and going through the crowds and stuff like that. It just, there could have been much more not interesting ways of portraying that on screen, and it always seems like there's always a conscious decision to try to make things interesting, and you cut away at moments to these haunting shots of in the woods. There's this one sequence they showed in the trailer of Gia naked and pregnant out in the woods, and this is such a raw and emotional experience, seeing it on screen and literally putting her out there naked, but also that's where she is in her story. And Kelsey Liu, who does the score, it's haunting. It's so unique and atmospheric that it just creates this sense of emotion, because I feel like Gia's story, there's this emotion that's always under the surface, and Nomori's performance really captures that as well. This is an impactful and emotional journey, and something that really needs to be seen because it is an issue. This is something that so many young black women experience, and this is quite a respectful and moving representation of that story, and I can't wait to see what Savannah Leaf does next. But those are my thoughts on Earth Mama. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.